Okay, so I'm gonna do something different today. Let me see if I can get this right. I hope. Maybe no. I hope. Maybe no. It's a bummer. Y'all, sorry. Okay. I'm thinking that's good. Not sure. I can't really see the screen because of this filter. So I'm gonna do some artwork outside, and I kind of wanted you guys to have some cool background. So I'm in my backyard. And it's a little messy. I don't even know if you could see it. You may not be able to see it. I don't know. Hold on. I was gonna try to include this leaf here, but you can't really see it with the filter that's on it. That's really weird. Okay, well, it's gonna have to be what it is, right? Hey, 360. Yeah, total 360. Well, no, then that would put me back at where I was at. So 180, something different, right? Completely opposite. Oh, do a 360. Gotcha. Okay. I will be exiting momentarily to get some water. Does that count? I actually might take this filter off. Just letting you know. And so I'm only using food coloring today. And we're going to use like whatever I can find. So I am doing this for TikTok. So I actually have a little music symbol, which pretty much looks exactly like the TikTok symbol. I don't know if it is a music symbol. Anyway, maybe because they took over Musically Refined, one of those. So I brought a fork, but it was more as a tool. So we'll see what we can do with that. And I got this really tiny little canvas. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do a raffle or if I'm going to do a giveaway or if I'm going to sell it. So y'all help me figure out what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to go grab some water. I also brought my coffee because I like my poison. My poison and my chemicals, right? All right, so I'm going to go grab some water. And I might just reposition this thing because this thing is like in a really bad spot. I didn't really fully think this through before I did it, by the way. So, hello, kitty. Say hi to Zoe. Say hi to Zoe's butt. Kitty, get out of my coffee. No coffee for you, ma'am. Anyway, alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some water and then we'll get to it. You get to enjoy the scenery. Sorry guys. Here I am. I am back. I'm better than ever, right? Okay, so, sorry. Kitty, that's not for you to drink. Goodbye. Adios, muchachos. No, that's not for you. Peace out. Thank you. Alright. Oh no, I was just trying to get it so this way the scenery in the background is a little bit more, I don't know, better in some way. And now, where's the filter? How do you turn this thing off? Effects. Y'all are about to see every wrinkle on my face. So let me give you a 5 seconds warning. Alright, so no filter, or actually, you know what? This is probably better. That is better. Okay, now I can kind of see. And here's all my wrinkles. So, alright. I see. And here's all my wrinkles. So, alright. I think that should be. I wanted to kind of like, I don't know. I can't really show my neighbor's yard. And then I have neighbors and neighbors and neighbors and neighbors and neighbors. Anyway. I'm not used to this. This sucks. Anyway. I'm not used to this. This sucks. Alright. So, we'll do that. How about that? That seems to be fairly good enough to be able to see what I'm doing. So I got this little canvas thing, and I figured I'd try something different today and just come outside because it's fall, and like now the sun is setting like earlier and it's cooler outside, and I won't get like freaking sunburn just by being outside for 5 minutes. I won't feel like I'm dying, and most of the bugs are dead or like not interested in me at all, which is awesome. ASMR. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, there we go. In cup. That way it doesn't blow away. I don't know what I'm gonna in cup. That way it doesn't blow away. I don't know what I'm gonna paint today. And like I said, all I have is food coloring. So we got this, you know, the typical food coloring that you get with your egg dyes for Easter or something like that. It's like $1 something in the Dollar Tree. Nothing fancy, right? And I got this little, you can get these in the Dollar Tree too, little art things. And I got brushes and stuff there too. So like maybe like 10, this is like a $10 project. What? Put your pain in the butt. So I'm going to put like a whole bunch of drops in here just to get started. What? Put your pain in the butt. So I'm going to put like a whole bunch of drops in here just to get started. What? Put your pain in the butt. So I'm going to put like a whole bunch of drops in here just to get started with each color. But I'm going to put them in separate. What's that head for? Tricky about food coloring is seeing in the little area unless you use a separate brush. So as long as I have for. Tricky about food coloring is seeing in the little area unless you use a separate brush. So there's a little bit of a pain in the butt too. Anyway, needless to say, the ability to keep like maybe one color per brush, and then you're still colors. More like watercolor. I know that on paper, that when I use the food coloring on paper, you can let it dry and like, well, like most paintings, you can let them dry and like paint over them or create new coloring on paper. You can let it dry and like, well, like most paintings, you can let them dry and like paint over them or create new things over the existing imagery. So you can like paint over them or create new things over the existing imagery. So you can like layer it, and that's kind of cool. The thing with food coloring is when you start to layer something, so any color that was underneath whatever you just put on it is going to get like washed away. This happens, and that's what we're going to do with this art today, is we're just going to flow with it and see what happens. So I am going to use a smaller brush. I don't know what these are called. I guess it's an angled brush is what I would call it, I guess. I don't know, just cut on angle. Pretty simple. I guess I could do like half and half, where I could show you like what it looks like when it's wet and then when it's dry. That'd probably work too. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. So I'm going to do half and half. So I'm just going to get the brush wet with water. Like that's all I'm putting on is water. And we'll do half wet, half dry. And we'll do half wet, half dry. So I'm only going to get, oh, this already has color on it. Crap, I didn't mean to do that. All right. And this is a hardboard canvas, so it's not like a regular canvas that's like stretched. This already has like some kind of medium on it, like a gesso or some other kind of white paint of some sort on it, or sealant of some kind. So this one may not work that great at this specific, like with food coloring, but we're going to try it and see what it does. Like I said, I got this thing for like pretty much nothing. Goodwill bins, so I don't know if you guys can see that only half of that is actually wet. Well, mostly half. A good portion of half-ish. So, about painter's issue, dipping it in your coffee. Alright, well that's close enough to half, right? We're making a rough guesstimate here. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, like, when you have it on, I don't know, I kind of said it several times now, so I think I have a pretty good knowledge of understanding that. I don't know, I kind of said it several times now, so I think I have a pretty good knowledge of understanding that. Start with the lightest color first, so yellow. And I just like dipped it. Start with the lightest color first, so yellow. And I just like dipped it in the food coloring, right? So, little drips there. Just wanted to kind of show you. I'm just going to start in the center, right? So, little drips there. Just wanted to kind of show you. I'm just going to start in the center, and I'm going to do yellow in the center, okay? I don't know if I'll be able to really show this because it's like lean. But I'm just going to do a circle in the center, just so you guys can see what it looks like on dry, the more wet side of it. The more wet side of it. So, and you can lean it to make it drip. Like that. Make it bleed out on purpose. Like paint, not, you know what I mean. So, you can give it a little bit of a push. Paint, not, you know what I mean. So, you can give it a little bit of a push. And it'll go ahead and it'll bleed out for you. Like it'll blur out. It's a little fun, I think. There you go. And you've seen how much I've tapped it, right? And see how much it blurred out the edges on the watery side, but on the dry side, it didn't even move. So when you're doing your watercolor painting, think of it like that, as in wet and dry, and whether or not it's going to bleed or if it's not going to, you know what I mean? Like, that's how you need to look at when you're painting with food coloring. That's what it's going to end up looking like if it gets on something wet or if it's on something dry, okay? So, and like another thing is too that's kind of cool is you can use the fact that the water is there to help it like spread further than you would have if it was, you know. And remember that when it's drying, it's gonna spread out more when it's on like a watery, wet surface. Now, I would suggest getting some kind of like a clear spray or some kind of like a color block kind of deal, like, you know, material wise, like, I don't know what it's called, but you guys could use like some kind of like a color staying, like maybe for like the wash or something like that you could put on it, like a sealer of some kind. I would just use like a clear spray, like a clear spray paint of some sort, maybe might work. Or I don't know, I'm just trying to think. But yeah, as you can see, I only painted that one spot, and that's how much it's spread out just since I've been on the live with y'all. So now mind you, I helped it, but either way. So all right, so I'm gonna actually put some more little dots just randomly. And I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to lay it flat this time. And I want to show you guys like just how, and you saw how much I put on there, just so you can see how much it'll like spread out and stuff. So, see how much it'll like spread out and stuff. So, I was kind of going with like a ocean vibe with this one, but I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't know if I want to go abstract or kind of keep it mid. Of this bit that I just did because it's the lightest color, so I'm going to try to use it on the edges too, kind of like a frame. Who else drew their sun in the corner like me? All the little rays of sunlight coming out. And yes, I'm an edge painter. We're just gonna throw whatever on here. It doesn't have to be any specific certain thing. It's just whatever. Now you seen I only dipped it that one time, right? You get a good bit of coverage. Well, I wouldn't say coverage, but usage out of one dipping of the quote-unquote paint of sorts. So it doesn't cost a whole lot to do crafts, really. It's just, you know, is that something that you're wanting to invest in? You know, not just time, but products and stuff. Also depends on what you're wanting to do. Like, as far as me, I was just wanting to do something different. You know, I didn't have any money, so you know, I was like, well, what can I use as paint? And what can I use as a paintbrush? What can I use if I don't have the things that I want in place of what I want to do? You know what I mean? Like, so this way nothing stops me from doing what I want to do. I can still do it. So I started painting with food coloring. And then I was like, all right, well, I don't have any canvases, so what can I use instead of a canvas? So I started painting food coloring on t-shirts. And that came out really cool, actually. And then I realized, when you go to wash it, it's gonna wash out. So it's not even gonna look right. When you get done washing it, it's gonna be all washed away. Hey! And so I was like, okay, well, now what? So that's when I found out about the sealant thing. Trying to use some kind of like a cloth blocker of some kind where it locks the color in. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's like I don't know if they have it in a spray-on. Maybe you could find one in a spray-on. But it's something that you put on your clothes, and it's supposed to help your clothes from losing the color that's in the clothes. It's supposed to lock the color in the clothes. So, like when you do tie-dyeing, that's another good example. You could tie-dye your clothes with food coloring. Mind you, everything you're touching with it is going to get stained. It's going to be dyed. So your hands, your material, don't forget that it's going to soak through. And I mean, unless it's got like some kind of backing or something on it. But for clothes, yeah, you'll definitely have it where it soaks through. And what I did was, it was kind of like the idea of the printing press, where I took a picture frame and I stretched the t-shirt onto the picture frame, and then I painted it with the food coloring, right? And then sprayed it, or did whatever with the color blocking thing or the spray paint thing. And then once it dried, I unframed it and washed it, and it shrunk a little bit, but it was almost like that, the same concept as like the printing press kind of thing. No, there wasn't any like melted plastic or anything on it. I mean, except for maybe the spray kind of vibe, but you know, and again, it crackles after a little while, so it adds to like the texture of the shirt, as well as like the idea behind the imagery. And you can probably use that as like an idea for you guys to make new designs with things. I always told my kids growing up to reuse your clothes that you have, if you have the ability to, cut it up and make a new outfit out of it. And so they did. And they made the coolest clothes. I mean, they would always get compliments and stuff like that. So, I mean, even to this day, they still get compliments for the way that they dress. And they're very much alt. So, kudos to them. And I feel like that's how we should all be able to utilize our skills and our talents and our ideas and our imagination to create from. So, hey. Oh, my leg is going numb. So, yeah. Alright, so I just rinsed that one out. And yeah, it makes the water change color. So remember that every time that you dip your brush, especially if you're lazy like me and don't change the water, every time you dip your brush, it's going to change the color of the water, which is going to in turn change the color of your paint. Okay, which to me is awesome, because I love the way that it gives it that there's no one specific defined area per se. You know what I mean? So I'm trying my best to deal with my triggers today as much as possible, so y'all bear with me. So this is drying. The wet part is already dried off. And so it's like a couple of drips on it. This is really, just so you know my pain that I'm dealing with right now. Just kidding. So, let's see. Maybe we'll do different with this one. All right. I'm gonna use the fork. So I'm gonna dip the fork in the paint. ASMR that shit. That's funny. Making awesome noises, let me tell you. I don't know. I'm just running with it, you know what I mean? Like, whatever we're coming out with today is whatever is gonna be on there. So, that's kind of cool. It gives it like a thing. And then I guess if I had like more space, like if I had done it in the center. Let me see what I could do. If I gave it more space to do what I wanted to do. Or maybe I could like paint the edges. Maybe that'd work. Because it's plastic, so it'll bead up on it. Maybe that'll work. Nope. Negative, Captain. Mr. Fly, are you going to contribute to the artwork too? Lord. Okay. Alright. I guess that's what we're doing today. Some kind of something. I don't know, it's given like, well, tomorrow is 9/11. It's giving 9/11 vibe, I don't know. I don't know, I'm just running with it. One word. Okay. There's that. I don't know, it gave kind of like a different kind of feel. Oh, and I got that water drop. Yeah. Wonder if I could get it to like, splatter paint that shit. I don't know, I'm just like trying to come up with different ideas here. I feel like I want like a good portion of that center area to be white. Like, Another good thing about doing it outside is that you're not really making too much of a mess. It's kind of coming out pretty cool, I think, so far. I want to incorporate all of the colors, though, so... Incorporate all of the colors, though, so... Splatter paint and that shit. Alright, that's enough of that. Like Bob Ross. Hope y'all are having a good day. It says that I have an unstable connection right now, so I don't know what's going on with that. Taking some blue. I might actually water down some of the blue. Yeah, I'm going to water down the blue. I don't know if you guys can even see this. I'm going to take a little bit of this and just pour it in there. Because I feel like I want it to be like really watered down. There we go, that's a little better. I want to like smear it across it, but like at the same time I don't. Yeah, there we go. It works. No, it doesn't. Ah, I messed it up. Oh well. No, it doesn't. Ah, I messed it up. Oh well. Just happy accidents, right? I couldn't possibly mess it up because there was no design in the beginning anyways, so I just wanted it to look a certain way, and it was like, okay, well, guess I'm just gonna have to deal with it now. Oh well. I tried. Right? And one good thing is, like I said, this thing will end up like bleeding together, which makes the most beautiful like combination of colors that I don't think any person could like. I guess if you really sat there for a while and was like blending or did, oh, whoops. Did some kind of other thing with it. Then maybe, I don't know. I feel like for the most part, like the colors end up doing this really awesome, like blend of just, I don't know, it's really pretty. Kind of went over the area that I wanted to go in. We're just making it work for right now, right? There's no definitive. See, on this dry side, it's like only going wherever I paint it. So like if you wanted to like blend this whole thing, right? you could like have started with it being completely wet, because now every time that like water drips on it, that area is gonna like, it's gonna like almost bleach it out to the edges. It's gonna force all the color to the edges. So I really wanted to, could, in reality, blend it out that way. And then just leave it kind of like the Skittles plate, where like you end up having like all the Skittles around the edges, and then you put hot water in the center, and then it brings all the colors to the center. It could do that too. So it's like no real, it's a little bit more chaotic. There's no real control. It's just, unless it's dry, like wet on dry, and then maybe. But as far as like it being saturated, then no, not so much. I don't know if you guys can even see this. I'm like painting and making this huge, like, I wouldn't say huge, but this painting. You guys don't even see it. I don't know. It's really wet right now, so I can't turn it up to show you. And some of these like areas that are like heavily saturated are gonna be interesting to look at once they're done drying, because you end up getting this really squirrels are fighting. Pattern, I should say. Interesting pattern. It's kind of cool because these like remind me of like tributaries and stuff, like on a map. Oh, you guys might not be able to see it. Hold on, let me turn this around. Oh, where's the, why can't I turn it around? Oh, camera. Here we go. There we go. That's a little better, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, this is food coloring on a canvas. Hey, Mark Burton. No, I'm not. I just look like I'm pregnant most of the time. Usually I look like I'm about 9 months pregnant. Starting to look like a seascape or something. I don't know. But yeah. Hold on, I'm looking through the chat. Yeah, no, I'm not pregnant, hon. School bus. And as you can see, like, it's so saturated that like it's just gonna keep blurring the. We'll probably end up like coming back to this at some point and I just wanted to enjoy outside while I could for a little while. There's some more yellow. Oh, fail on my part. Oh, that was exactly what I was trying to tell y'all not to do. It's very SpongeBob-y of me. This is giving like SpongeBob vibes. But as you can see, like right here is a perfect example. Like I already light touched this entire area with that darker paint, but because it was wet, it kind of like spread out a little bit, and then it caused this like beautiful blurring of color with a really nice edge. So it kind of looks like coral. I don't know. It's giving very oceany vibes. So I may go ahead and get this to dry and then come back to it here in a few minutes. Try to put some more color in this area here. Because of the fact that I know that it's going to blur out, I'm trying to use as much of the yellow as possible in different areas. Because it's going to end up taking that color and spreading it across the area, so it's not going to stay where I want it. You know, like if you paint it, it's not going to stay there. You have to think of like what it's going to look like when it dries a little bit more, or like as it dries, as you can see, it's going to like give that edge, but it's going to blur out in the center areas. Like this spot that I just did, as you can see, it's already blurred out. So you got to think ahead of what might this look like once I'm done with it, rather than, you know, precision painting, whereas, you know, you're putting a color dot on a certain spot and now it's going to stay there for eternity. No, that's not how food coloring works, unless it's on dry. Unless it's wet on dry. That's the only way that works. So one cool thing that I like is that you do get this like river effect of color, that when it does like start moving, or like say if you encourage it a little, bit to start moving in a direction, it gives this like color of rainbow water in a sense. And like every time you look at the imagery, it changes. So I imagine that this is what it looks like to be partially blind, not fully. You know, where you have those edges that are not exactly clean. You kind of can see something there, but you're not real sure what it is. That's how I feel like it. Or like a dream. You know, like you see things in dreams, and some things have like extreme detail to them, and then other things are like really blurry. It's kind of like how it feels sometimes. Sometimes it be like that. They don't think it be like it do, but it do. So, So I'm just going to let that dry a little bit and continue to light touch it with different colors just to see how it ends up looking, because, you know, there was no plan for this. I just did it. So, and then also, like, another example is, like, after it dries, see how it's already dried right in this area here? And, you know, as I said, it's got the defined edges, but, like, the blurring of color, my phone does not do any justice for this at all, by the way. The blurring of color for this is, like, really interesting how it looks. And if you look at it kind of up close, it gives this, like, almost like those diamond paintings that you guys do with the little pieces. It kind of gives that kind of look to it. So, because you can see all the little grooves and details of whatever the canvas was underneath it. Another thing that you guys could do too, like I said, as far as texture painting, is if you use sand or some other kind of, you know, product where it's built up a little bit and then painting over it. So that might do some good too. And there's no definitive color at the end. See, I touched here with the yellow and the green mixture, but it blurred out. So there's no, you know, I can't pick a color and then touch it to this now, since it's been so blurred, and have it be exactly that color. Like if I pick green, it might end up spreading out and turning blue and yellow on the edges. See what I'm saying? So the colors might separate because of the water. Hey, American Spirit, we're doing something different today. So, but yeah. And like I said, I could come back and keep repainting over different areas, and it'll give it a different look to it. And that's one thing that I really like about, like, painting with food coloring, is that you can keep coming back and you can keep altering the imagery. Or even better yet, I'm not even going to use a color. It's kind of cool how it made it kind of two colors. But anyway, I'm not even going to use a color. I'm just going to use the water, which already has red and yellow in it, so it's kind of like a burnt orangey brown color. And I'm just going to touch, like, drip water in certain areas, and you'll see what I mean as far as, like, how the colors spread. Even, like, on dry, like over here it's dry, right here it's wet, so if I drip water right there, as you can see, it's already separated and it's put a fine edge on it. But on the dry areas, it might take a little bit longer. So, and then this one, I just dripped in the center, and as you can see, it's separating it out. Same thing as down here, just light touching it. I'm gonna light touch this right here, maybe like right here. Did not mean that. There. Now on the top part where you can actually see, like, the water drips, I'm going to leave them there, and I'll show you what it means, like, when it, like, separates out and stuff. For the most part, you guys have, like, done this before in school. Maybe not specifically with food coloring. Maybe it was with, like, an acrylic that was really watered down, or like a watercolor, you know, set that you had when you were a kid. It's the same concept. It's just a different product. So And then you just mess around with it a little bit, see what it looks like. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's art. Art is the farthest thing from perfect. So, yeah. And then you can go back, you can add a color. You can add a different color or the same color, it doesn't matter. Just switch it up every once in a while, maybe. Like over here it's got red. I'm gonna put the other half blue. Where's blue? Here. I'm literally dripping color into the water to add the color to the water. Where's blue? Here. I'm literally dripping color into the water to add the color to the water. So like up here, it's clear, and I'm going to drip that color in there. Here it's red. I'm going to drip blue on the other side. And we'll just see what it looks like. You know, it may spread out, it may not. So, I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. It's giving like dinosaur vibes right now. So, I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. It's giving like dinosaur vibes right now. I don't know why, but I feel like this could be like a palm tree. And this is like a dinosaur with a bunch of spines on its back. I don't know. Maybe that's like moons or something. Like a whole bunch of foliage. Could be like triceratops or something. Fight in the neighbor's yard. No, I was kidding. Squirrels. Maybe it's a dinosaur crossing a bridge. Who knows? What do you guys say? I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. Oh god. So, there's that. Yeah, I'm gonna let that dry for just a few minutes, and I'm gonna go get some more coffee, and I'll be back. Dang it. Hold on. Stupid thing making me do this. I don't care about no puzzle pieces. Lord. Anyway, sorry y'all. Okay. I didn't have any coffee. I do have to go to the bathroom. I probably should have done it while I was in there. Yeah, probably should have done that. Alright, so, okay, let me turn this around again. There we go. So I'm going to take this smaller one. It's got like sharp as you want your eyebrow, or not eyebrows, eyeliner kind of pen. Kind of vibe. I feel like, is that dry? Yeah, okay, good. Yay. Alright, so I'm going to take this green. Oh, look at how it's saturated, that whole thing. That's crazy. Okay. And I'm going to come right here. I'm going to start making this definition area here. Because I actually do kind of want to make this into a dinosaur. Like, who ever asks you, what's your favorite dinosaur? Nobody asks you that anymore, right? So we're going to go for a dinosaur today. I don't even know what this dinosaur looks like. I just started painting it. Grab some of the blue out of this little drip up here. Just start defining. Okay, that one was not dark enough. So I'm gonna take this. That might have been too much liquid. This is why I hate putting a specific definition on stuff like this. Because sometimes it just does not want to work with you. Shit's what nightmares are made out of. Jesus. Nightmare fuel. Okay, so maybe this bottom one could be the one with the ball tail. Seems like this one's charging at this one. Or running away. And there's this. I don't know, what do y'all see? I saw a dinosaur when I saw this and this right here. So I kind of like threw a face on there and I'm trying to run with it. If y'all want some galaxy themed artwork as well, let me know. Okay, so by the way, this is using food coloring. Those of you who just joined me. So, fair warning. This is literally just using food coloring, water, and a canvas. And hope. A lot of it. So, let's see. I don't know why I saw a dinosaur, but that was really cool. Alright, well, whatever. We're running with it, right? So this one I see as like another, could be like another dinosaur, but I feel like this one's like facing it, right? So whatever is maybe like those orbs, I don't know, 2025, right? I was thinking about doing like maybe a battle scene. I was kind of trying to make it tranquil, but it's coming out rather violent. So, I was going to make this one like, here's the spine of it coming around and up to the ball area of the tail. And I cannot remember what the name of that dinosaur is, but if y'all know, let me know. But I was thinking about making this, like, here's his tail coming up and around, if y'all can envision it with me. Like, here's his back, right? So here's his spine. Here's his head facing that way. So this is his shoulder, his back. So I'm thinking about like doing his spine down through here and then come up to the ball tail as this dinosaur is running towards this one. Sometimes in life, depending on our perspective, right? This one's perspective is that it's trying to run to safety. This one's perspective is that it's attacking it, okay? So there's like a duality in perspective in this painting. So I was trying to get an idea of like how I could do this, because I might, you know what, I'm just going to draw the spine and kind of go with it. Because I want it to come from over here. I want it to come down, and then here's its body. Let's come down and then end up here somewhere. See it kind of coming together a little bit. So I'm going to try to do that. Yeah, I'm going to let that bleed out a little bit. Like I said, this is food coloring, so, you know, anytime there's moisture, it's going to blend out. It's not going to be defined. And that had a good bit of moisture on it, so even though it was small, it's still going to give that bleed line. I keep saying bleed line. I mean, like, well, I don't know what else to call it. Yeah, because here's its shoulder. Going down into its awkward foot area. And then its hip. Coming into its tail. Because its body is right here. Sorry, y'all, my phone is acting weird. So yeah, we're gonna try for that. see how that comes out. This is only using food coloring, y'all. Koshiro. Mind you, I'm not an artist. But I am creating art, so does that count? Sorry, I'm like moving the camera around a bunch. I don't mean to. I don't have a stand out here with me right now. I wasn't planning on coming out here. I just kind of did. Hey, Sark. Hey, Sark. I'm trying to remember how the tail of that dinosaur looks, because it's kind of like a ball with like spikes on it. Like a paddle or something. This is the whole picture. But yeah, this is using only food coloring. Well, dirty water now, but it was clean when I got it. And a canvas and some paintbrushes. Just a couple and a fork, which I failed horribly at painting with a fork, by the way. But yeah. So this started out as something completely different in the beginning of the stream, and as you go through the stream, you'll see the creation of this. And I will post this again on my YouTube, just so you know. All of my lives get reposted on my YouTube. So if you missed it, if you missed a live, you can just go to my YouTube and rewatch the live that was already, pre-recorded at that point. So, and also if you don't have time to stay today, it's totally fine. You can just go check out my YouTube later, and it will be sometime this week. It'll be posted because I have it pre-scheduled, so it's already built out. Because I have it pre-scheduled, so it's already built out. But yeah. So here you go. There's a good portion of it already. Food coloring. So I think it's pretty cool so far. As adults, who asks you, what your favorite dinosaur is anymore, right? But I don't know, this kind of came together pretty neatly. I don't know. It's interesting concept, and I really enjoy making it so far. Like I said in the backstory is making it so far. Like I said in the backstory, as far as why I started painting with food coloring was because I didn't have any money, and so whatever I don't know if I'm going to do a raffle for this, guys, or if I'm just going to put it up for sale on my eBay. If it is for sale on my eBay, it'll probably just be $5. Because I feel like that's fair, because the amount of product and time that I've put into this, like, there really isn't a whole lot. It's just, I've literally done this whole painting while I was on the stream, so, and I wasn't live for very long. So, it's not like I'm putting a whole bunch of time into it, but I am putting a little bit more detail into it right now that it's drying. And, so if you guys are interested, it'll be, I guess I'll go ahead and sell it for $5 on my eBay. Plus shipping for whatever your area is, which wouldn't be much. I feel like it'd be like $4 for shipping if it was. Because that's the only way I know how to sell stuff is through my eBay right now. So yeah. Anyway, But if you guys want me to do raffles for my artwork or whatever I create on here, let me know. And I'll try to do stuff on here for you guys, because I really like, you know, as much as you guys support me, I would like to, you know, be there for you guys too. So. If that's something that y'all are interested in, let me know. Or like anything, like whatever you guys come up with. Like if it's a giveaway or if it's a raffle. I feel like a lot of people are doing really good with raffles right now. Or for sale or whatever. Or if, like, say for example, maybe I could do it as like if I hit so many, because you know the whole point in this is becoming monetized. So if I hit so many subscribers, or to hit so many, you know, I'm trying to get to 10K so I can make this monetized. So I guess followers, if I reach 10,000 followers, maybe I'll make it free, you know, plus shipping or whatever it is. So I don't know, something like that. Y'all help me come up with something. I'm just running with it. But yeah, I don't really know. Like I'm sitting here and painting it like while I'm talking to y'all, and I really am just like trying to come up with something, and I cannot remember what that looks like off the back of my head. Like I feel like there's like a ball feature with like spikes for this specific dinosaur, but I don't know how to draw it, and I can't look it up right now because I don't have access to the internet because I have my live going. So I'm just gonna make do with what I got. So I'm gonna do a basic roundish shape of sorts, maybe. And then just start drawing spikes. Because remember, it's gonna blend out, so it's not gonna stay looking like this. It's gonna end up, you know, being a little blurry, which is to my favor because I don't know how to draw this. So, and you don't have to be, like I said, art is awesome about that. You don't have to be perfect. The whole point in art is to, like, is the fact of the imperfections. You know, that's the whole beauty in it, is that it's not perfect. Like us, we're not perfect. And that's okay. That's great. Gives us a chance to expand and grow and learn. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. So, I mean, I think it's really awesome. That's what I love so much about artwork, is that you don't have to be talented at anything. You can be. It's really great if you are. Makes it very, very interesting. A lot more flavor to it. But, like, you know, as far as, like, requirements for life, no. You can do whatever you want. I'm literally painting with food coloring right now, y'all. It looks freaking cool. I'd buy this. So, maybe buy it for your kids' room or something. I don't know. Send some good vibes. Or for those of you who actually are still into dinosaurs, or just are into art in general, there you go. Plus, I did this live, so y'all got to see the behind the scenes. I don't know if this dude's got, like, spines going down his back either. Might have come back to this painting. I was kind of hoping to be able to finish it live. Why does my phone keep going off? Whatever. So yeah. As you can see, it's already starting to, which is great. I want it to. So I'm going to add some red in that. More so for the deeper color than anything else. Probably going to come out super bright. Oh, good. It didn't. Okay, good. Just want like a little bit more of the brownish color in here. Again, that'll spread out, and you won't even really be able to tell what I just put there because it's going to be all blurry. more like a chainsaw now. Lord. This is what I get for trying, right? It's all good. Again, imperfection in art is beauty. And my apologies if you can hear me breathing. So sorry. I don't know if you guys can or not, so I'm just going to go ahead and apologize in advance. Don't mean to be like creeper breathing in your ear. Oh, I'm not even showing you what I'm painting. That's what I get. I don't know, I'm just kind of running with it. I feel like Bob Ross, like, happy little dinosaurs. Nope. Rampaging little dinosaurs. No, I'm just kidding. Probably shouldn't have put such a definitive line right there on the jaw, but I kind of wanted to give it some definition right there. Oh, my foot is going to sleep. Lord. Oh. I'm just trying to throw some stuff on here. I don't know if you guys can see, like, I don't know, I guess I can see the chat and you guys can see more of the picture. But that's what I've got so far. And for those of you just joining, this is definitely something different than what I normally do. So my normal stream is like me sitting at a desk and talking about pretty much the same thing over and over again. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Now we talk about like a lot of different stuff. It's just I have a baseline of things that I like to cover in each one of the streams. So I try to keep it to something of like an educational purpose of some sort. But here lately it's been a little bit more social media-ish, to be fair. But that seems to be most of society today. So I feel like we do have to kind of keep up with the changing times, or else we're going to get left behind. At least a little bit. So I do try to talk about more relevant topics too. So I don't have a whole lot of knowledge on a lot of them. Probably should have left that alone, but I feel like I want it to like come out more than that. So yeah. And like I said, I don't really have like a plan for this. I just kind of did it. So and it's not like, you know, like anatomically correct or anything. It's just fun with food coloring. Like, I don't even know if these specific dinosaurs had, like, this type of body. I'm just kind of running with it. How would I do that one? I guess like that too, yeah. It'd probably have to be like that. I don't know. Lord, I have no idea how this is supposed to look. I'm just kind of... I probably messed that up. It's all good. We're just leaving it. We're not even touching it anymore. It's just part of it now. So... We'll come back to it at a later time. I kind of want the background a little bit darker. Like the edge a little bit darker than the rest of it. Kind of really want good old Sarah here to be popping out. And as you can see, like some of the lines over here, I think from the original, like when I first put the orange, some of the lines are like really popping out, so I kind of want it to do that. I want to continue with that theme a little. Give it some action, motion. Ow, my leg is killing me, y'all. Oh, kind of wish I had that, thing that, the sand thing. I don't know how I'm gonna do this shoulder. Just like that. Cut it, bring it down a little bit quicker. From there. Yeah, it seems about right. It's not bad. It's coming together slowly. Or, you know, they could be playing in a field. I don't know, underwater dinosaurs. If you don't want to look at it like as a aggressor type. If you want to have it to where it's like playful and happy, because I did make the dinosaur smile, by the way. So if you want it to be like a happy imagery, by the way. So if you want it to be like a happy imagery and not like what I was describing earlier, you know, another way you can look at it is that they're playing in a field, or they're playing, you know, in coral underwater. Just different perspectives. Like I said, you know, like every single aspect of it, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be one specific way. Nothing is one specific way. Everything has its multiples and it's infinite. So just remember that. I'm actually gonna do like a hard red this time. Okay, so I do have some red down here. Kind of some, like, a little bit adds to like the darker coloring in this area. And that'll bleed out too, probably. I say. A little bit more definition. Oh, my hand's shaking so bad right now. May need to blend that out a little bit. Dang it. I was hoping not to have to do that. A little harsh right there. A little harsh right there. Trying not to do too many clean lines, but at the same time I kind of need some color in there. So let's see. This one ended up being like a burnt orangey color, so I'm just gonna here and then I'm gonna light touch with the smaller one into the harder red, and then just throw that red in there. Red in there. I'm trying to get some more red on here. Might do it in here too. So just wetting the area basically, and then adding just to get that color blend a little more. I need to get like some actual yellow out here because that is pretty much the same color. Okay, alright. I accidentally touched my yellow earlier and I didn't mean to. So we're going to use our talents that we can't put on a resume. And is there color? Yes, okay. Learn my lesson on that one. Okay, less color. Oh, that didn't do what I wanted to do. Dang it. I was so hoping that that would work. Well, whatever. I know this looks like, to me, it looks almost like a 5-year-old did it. But to each their own, right? I guess. Well, yeah, it did kind of just throw the same color up there. Oh, I guess I'll have to wait for it to dry in some spots before I can go forward. The same color up there. Oh, I guess I'll have to wait for it to dry in some spots before I can go forward. Might be too saturated right now. Another thing that I really like about like the food coloring aspect of this is that when you go to like blend it out, it's almost like you have like this whole kaleidoscope of colors already on your paintbrush. And it's kind of really cool how, like, hey kitty, don't drink the coffee. She's like, ugh, no, I won't. Don't touch it. Please don't step on that. Oh my God, you will be the same colors everywhere. Food coloring dyed, kitty. Please don't do that. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just one thing that I like. Oh, I'm actually gonna lay down and do this. My freaking leg. Alright. Oh. Trying to lay on concrete at over 40. Yeah, this is probably the worst decision of my life. Okay. Up close and personal. So, here we go. I don't know, just doing whatever. Thinking Bob Ross thoughts. Happy little orbs. Because it's 2025, yeah. Can't have trees, because that's, part of the whole global warming thing. Did you know that trees are the most valuable asset on the planet? They're actually worth more than diamonds. Because no other planet has trees growing on them. Just Earth. Kind of wild, huh? Think about that this year when you go to get your firewood. Or you go to have your fall bonfire. Oh, why does it... wanted that to only be yellow, not yellow and red. Mostly doing this for blending purposes. Because this is all going to end up like blending out into the other areas of the canvas. Like this one did up here. I might end up going ahead and blurring that edge actually. I'll do it down here so you guys can see. Hey Figgy, we're doing something different today. You're probably looking like, what the hell is this? I decided to paint with food coloring today. And we have painted a masterpiece. All within the stream. So like within the past hour. So yeah. ADHD at its finest, right? Quality content. That's what I call it. So you switch it up every day. You don't niche anything. It looks like a leopard. Oh, Lord. I always have good intentions, let's just say that. YOLO, right? Okay, get a little tiny. That's what I get. Get a little tiny. That's what I get from them. It look like scales, right? I don't know. Y'all help me here, because I don't know what this thing's supposed to look like. It looks like it's got like lion's fur. That's hilarious. That's what I get for trying to do details, right? Wow. Wow. Okay. We're running with it. Goodness. You gotta laugh at it. You know what I mean? So if you don't, you're just gonna cut the rest of life away. Sitting there worrying, wondering if you're good enough, or, you know, all that's negative thoughts. So don't let the negative thoughts win. Like, I'm currently triggered like a mug right now, and I'm trying my damnedest not to react. And sometimes it's hard to do that, especially when it's in the moment. Poor dinosaur. Hopefully I'll give this one over here some justice. That was rough. That was rough. Dang. Alright. This one's gonna look more like a tiger. How about that? I really don't even know what these dinosaurs are supposed to look like in real life. I'm just making some shit up as I go. This is what happens when you don't have Google to rely on. nature at its finest. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. I did it again. Dang it. How many times am I going to put that yellow out there? And how many times am I going to dip an already painted stick into it? Out there. And how many times am I going to dip an already painted stick into it? I'm going to make a quiet bet on that one. How about that? I'm just waiting to stick it in my coffee cup. Another cool thing about food coloring is you can push the color on the canvas. Sometimes. Trying to make this area a little more defined, but with the food coloring blending in the background, I may have to wait. Yeah, see right here, it's already blending some spots. I might have to wait a little bit for it to dry some. I'm not sure what or how to do the definition for right in here. I want it to lighten up as much as possible right through here. And sometimes you can pull the color away from it. I don't know if you could do this with watercoloring too. Like, I don't mind if the rest of it blurs, as long as like the main part of it's not so blurry. I feel like it needs more like yellow or something in it. I don't know, it just seems very dark. I don't know, it just seems very dark. Who knows, maybe I'm like doing too much as it is, I don't know. It's almost like you're on the edge of a dream. And you kind of see some details, and you can kind of not see some details.
It's almost. It's almost 6 o'clock.
Oh shit, you scared me.
I was going to say it's almost 6 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll have to go to bed here in a couple more hours, and I'm not even tired.
Okay. Well, what do you want to do, babe?
Huh?
What do you want to do? What do you think?
It's alright. I mean, it's whatever you're doing. No, they called me back and said that he said. What?
Alright. So, alright, well, I'm gonna jump off of here. For those of you who have been following me today, we did something a little completely different. And, I'll just stop where I'm at and we'll continue this another day. Like I said, this is all made out of food coloring, water, and just, I made this while we were streaming, so just however long I've been streaming is however long it took for me to paint this. So, like I said, I will, actually, you know what, go ahead and make this TikTok ready, and put an envelope on it, so. There it is. That stamp TikTok. And there it is in the corner. Try to get it to work. And there you go. There's your TikTok stamp, guys. And let me put one up here. That didn't work. Oh well. Dang it. Maybe I can get it to work again. Line it up. Line it up. Maybe. Okay, that one worked better. Okay, good. Alright, so there we go. TikTok certified picture painting made from food coloring while live on the stream. And this will be available in my eBay $5. So, y'all can check out my link in bio for my eBay. And I'm going to let it dry exactly like that. I'll sign the back and link in bio for my eBay. And I'm going to let it dry exactly like that. I'll sign the back and let's go. So, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Now, it already looks like it's blending. Hey.